So I'm here over at Usher's and I've brought the 3-litre BMW Z3 Auto over because I just wanted to have a look at the E36 and see what work's been going on since I was last here earlier today. Usher was servicing the car, doing a few bits and bats, and Dave is now doing a little bit of repair work to the calipers, which have been painted, and putting some brake discs on. But you're not going to know much about this project on my channel, but Usher's got it on his, so I'm going to tell you about it now, show you around the car a little bit, and then comment below, tell me what you think.
Down again. Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart, 'cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright.
So I'm just here catching up on what Usher's got going on with this E36 Project Light restoration build thing, or whatever it might turn out to be. But yeah, if you've not seen this, if you go over to Usher's channel, which is on the limiter, so if you're not subscribed to there, go and subscribe. It's a 328 Sport. It's in Boston green metallic, which is without a shadow of a doubt the best colour for this car. Absolutely and utterly gorgeous. If you were young or younger back in the day when these came out, honestly I used to lust after these in a big way. Dave's on actually just sorting some brakes out at the moment. Car's had a partial service today. It's had some new spark plugs in, etc., a little bit of work done, new bonnet struts, and we've still got half of Sherwood Forest just lodged under here, so obviously the car's not had a kind of clean down.
Yeah, well, the story with the car, a quick rundown of basically what we did was, I've been looking at these for a long time now, but the prices, same as everybody else looked at them, they're just too expensive. They're starting to gather really good money, and I always, not look out flat out, but I always keep an eye on them. This one popped up on Gumtree. It was an amazing price. I jumped straight on it, bought it blind, took a chance, and I was happy with it. It needs work, but it's a good car. Cost us 1,500 quid, which I'm absolutely over the moon with. So the plans with it, top to bottom, just dead quickly. I'm going to use this car as a bit of a weekend car, just something nice to go out the garage, not to go wild, just to kind of chill in a little bit and just enjoy it. So the plans are, we're going to fit some good quality coilovers just to retain the quality BMW feel to the car. A nice ride, not too crashy, still quite firm, but supple at the same time. So good quality coilovers first up. We're going to fit some nice period style splits as well. We're going to go with something like a Style 5 or something like a BBS RC. The BBS RC was a two-piece split rim wheel which came on these standard, and they were actually staggered as well, so they should look quite cool. However, finding a set of BBS RC chooses to be a tough mistress at the moment. We are struggling to find those, so we will get there with them. But we're going to go with fresh paint. We're going to put a fresh set of wings on her. We're going to put a new nose cone on because we've got a little bit of rust in the corners. Same place as the always go. We're going to go with a very, very small and subtle M3 front lip, like a little black gloss lip that goes across the bottom, which will be really, really nice. We have cleaned the grey carpet setup, which has come up beautiful. It's got stone grey leather in, which is a phenomenal colour. It's like a whitey grey leather. The passenger seat's beautiful. Driver's seat needs some attention, so we're going to sit that driver's seat. We're going to free a few horses up. We're going to get a MAP ECU in there. We're going to delete the EWS M50 manifold, which comes from the diesel. The MAP ECUs and these just plug in, there's no messing about, and we should achieve around 220 horsepower. And that's it. The end goal is keep it cool, keep it clean, keep it simple.
The end goal is a 5-litre V10 engine out of the E60 M5. That is what we should do with this car, and we should forget about driving around trying to look cool, because let's be honest, I mean, it's difficult to look cool when you're in your late 40s like him and your early 30s like me. The engine in this is actually the same engine that is in my BMW Z3, which you've seen in a previous video. It's a 2.8 litre straight six. It's ultra smooth. It's, in my opinion, probably one of the, if not the best engine that BMW have ever made as a daily driver.
I like to drive cars, I like to do track days, I like to do B-roads, I like to go out and give the cars a hard time, but for once, With this car, I think I'm going to move away from that, and I'm just going to have something that's hella clean, sits nice, on nice splits, and just enjoy just driving the car, not going flat out the B roads, not killing the car everywhere, but just something I can keep under a cover, go to on a Sunday, pull the cover away and think, you know, it's a nice car, have a roll up the seat front that will last in the bends. It's going to be that kind of car, something that's cherished with like an OEM plus look to it, with kind of putting my own spin on it really. I think that's going to keep it simple, yeah.
I think one of the advantages that we've got is obviously Dave, he nagged so much to buy an old BMW shitbox that needed a vast amount of work. He was sat about, I think he's sat about a lot of the time and he gets bored, you know, so it's just nice that he wants to help out by trying to find things to keep himself occupied. A few jobs to do on what Usher calls a minor restoration.
It's minor for me.
It's minor for Usher because the only work that he's ever going to do on this car is the spark plug change that he's just done. And there's going to be no more mechanical tomfoolery. I was stood holding this bonnet up earlier on today, watching him fit a new bonnet strut. So I watched for a little while, realising that he was putting it on upside down, which was quite amusing.
Yeah.
And then Dave spoilt it by telling him, which really ruined it, because it was going to take at least another 10 minutes before he kind of worked it out.
Been there a while, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So he then put it on the right way up, but unfortunately the wrong way round.
Yeah.
So 20 odd minutes in, we've still got no bonnet struts on the car, but yeah, you really are good at buying cars, really not great at fixing them.
Well, it kind of reminds you of those videos that you see with monkeys kind of scratching their ass and eating nits out the mate's hairs and trying to put square blocks into triangular holes. That was kind of what I was doing with these bonnets.
Carpets have actually come up quite clean. They were pretty dirty.
I spent a good hour and a half in here with a hot wet vac, sorry, and they have come up really, really nice. The back seats don't even look like they've had a lot of use. They're quite good. Obviously, we need to change the window motor because that's knackered, but you've got a new one there. But generally, I think she's quite nice.
She is. Can't really see colour in here, to be fair, but got a bit of door action going on down here, to be fair.
And it might be a bit nitpicky, but I am absolutely massive about 80s and 90s cars having sunroofs. So every time I buy an 80s and 90s car, it has to have a sunroof. Come with sunroofs, do they not? I really, really don't know. I don't think they do, you know. But when it comes with a sunroof, obviously I was over the moon. So that was a plus point.
I don't think that they did all that.
Well, I'm going to say no as well, mate. I'm going to say no. You've got some work to do, haven't you? You know what I mean? But
yeah, there's definitely a fair amount of work to do. Dave just said he's going to have this knocked out in like probably a couple of days. Once he gets in, he wants to stay in here until sort of like 4 or 5 in the morning, and you have to kind of physically drag him away from some of these jobs. And I tell you what, for us guys, it's hard watching it because we're concerned about how exhausted he gets, and he just wants to push himself to the limit. And I think that's just testament to that kind of northeast mentality that once they start, they're like an unstoppable force. You've got to love him for it. Yeah. Cheers, Dave. Thanks, Dave.
No problem, mate.
Thanks, Dave. It's really appreciated. We love it. We love it. So that's it for now. I'll show you some other cut-to clips and a few other bits and bats of this that I'll shoot secondary to this. So let us know what you think about this car in the comments. Go over to Usher's channel and take a look at the car and watch a bit more detail. There'll be more build projects coming along, and no doubt I'll try and get some more of this filmed as and when it develops and as and when other changes are made to it. But thank you very much for watching. It's been emotional. I'll see you later on.